go.
I mean, we're only 10 minutes late.
But it wasn't my fault. It could have been my fault. It definitely could have been.
The lie detector results are back in, and that is not true.
Look, here's the thing. Here what happened was. Oh, I can hear myself.
Uh-oh, he can hear himself.
Losers. There we go. All right, we're good.
Did you figure it out?
Oh yeah, I had us open in another.
Yeah,
tab.
that happens. It's been a hot minute since we've been in this room, I have to admit.
It's been a few weeks. The last show we did was Tuesday, June 25th, which I don't know if that date rings a bell or not, but that was the announcement for Farming Simulator 25.
Was that the last time?
20, yes. Somebody says my microphone sounds like it's in a well. Does it?
Sounds good to me.
Are you in a well?
Echo!
Here, I'll monitor my voice. Check it 1 2.
Sounds good to me. Just saying.
Yeah, I know, it just sounds
Feels
fun.
good. It's been a hot minute since we've been live, and there's been quite a bit of stuff that's happened, I would say.
There's been a few things that have happened. I've gone to Europe, got sick, and came back. I've been sick for over a month. I came back 1 month ago today, actually.
Did that rash clear up at least?
It was unrelated to the
Okay, good to hear.
Yeah,
Okay.
we don't have to talk about that if you don't want to.
I'm looking out for your better health, that's all.
No, it's been awful. Like I've still been using the throat spray like every single day, nonstop. Cough drops, everything. I know like my voice sounds like okay for the most part of videos, but it's definitely not been. I've been to the doctor, 3 times in the past 3 weeks?
Crazy.
And a specialist. Yo, it was the coolest thing. They numbed my nose hole and stuck a camera in my nose and then down my throat. It was the weirdest thing. Nobody needed to know that, but it was the coolest thing.
Did you ask to get to keep a couple samples? You never know when you want to stick something up your nose, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to know that you can. I'm gonna. So apparently, my microphone still doesn't sound the greatest for everybody.
I mean, if you guys were part of the pre-stream, the members pre-stream, you would have known that DJ built a whole computer in 30 minutes prior to the stream starting. So you know what? We're lucky he's here at all right now.
I didn't build a new computer. There we go. That's cranked all the way up.
It sounds good from here, from what I can tell. But I mean, I'm not monitoring my own voice, so it's tough to tell. I don't have headphones on right now.
1 2. Hey.
Is that better? Is it still better? Is that what you wanted?
It got a lot worse all of a sudden. A lot worse. There's something wrong with your microphone.
That's all right. We'll figure it out.
That's really not good.
Nope.
There you go. That's better.
Hello. Echo wasn't. No. Hello.
You are not good with that thing. Oh man. All right.
It's too much fun, man. It's too
Did
much
the
fun.
power of farm sim compel you? Is that what you're going to say again?
The power farming simulator compels you. That's why I don't have any ghosts. DJ's mic's always too loud, in my opinion. Factual information. Factual.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. So I swapped out a computer. I also got another camera here. But I'll show you. So over here, that's a computer on the floor because in the pre-stream I had to swap the computer out. I spent all day today. I started at like 7 this morning and went all the way till an hour and a half ago, something like that. Trying to get this new like recording / streaming PC set up because this one, I really don't like the way that this one works out. And I've been using it for, it'll be 2 years in November. Anyway, so I finally had enough of it. I did tests today. Everything worked great. Everything was perfect. And then I hit start virtual camera in OBS and my computer was like, hang on, We didn't test this part. I'm gonna freeze.
Well, I mean, at least you got one thing working so you can live stream from now on, right?
No.
You heard it here first. Farm Sim Show confirmed. DjGoHam will be streaming
No.
regularly.
I regularly most Fridays that end with Y.
It's every Friday. Kill me here.
with a guy right over there, unless he's over there, which sometimes he is. Oh,
Brutal.
Yeah. No, it's pre-stream was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Oh. Well, at least you got the PC working. Speaking of PC parts, quick shouty-outy to the sponsor of the Farm Sim Show, G Portal Game Servers.
Yeah.
Kind of a PC part, at least, right?
Yep.
But why host your own game on your own PC when you can host it on a G Portal Game Server? Free up all those resources. You can combine PC players, console players all together. They can play on the same maps. You can host all your mods on there. Check it out. You can links down in the description. You get 10% off using either DJ or myself's code. And you'll be set up for Farm Sim 25 on launch. Get yourself set up. Figure out how it all works. It's pretty quick and simple, but you know what? You might as well figure it out right now. Check it out. Link down in the description. G Portal has been the server of choice for both myself and GoHam, of course, for the last, how long have we been with them now? Like 3 years?
It's been years and years and years. Yeah.
Yeah, super simple to set up, and they're by far the most reliable server out there. So go check them out. Links are down in the description of this video. Boom. Where do we want to start with this? We've got a lot of features that are kind of new, some that we kind of know about, some we don't.
All right, so go on the list.
Yeah.
So you see the third one, right?
Yeah.
And then the second one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the first one.
We'll start at number 4.
No. Look right above the first one. What does that say? We almost forgot.
Oof. Nice.
Yeah. I am super excited. Man, oh man. Farming Simulator 25 is real, which, we know that already. We're going to have some fun today. We get to talk about all the stuff. And then Gamescom's coming next week. Oh my goodness. All right, you ready?
Hey, you've played or seen? What have you done?
Neither.
Neither. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe soon. We'll see what happens with Gamescom. I'm not going to Germany, so.
Yeah, that's what I saw that as well. Gamescom is the next weekend or
next week, yeah.
Next weekend, right?
Next weekend. Gamescom 24.
We just all got Farm Sim showed. We did, J-Bot.
21st to the 28th.
Okay.
Finished.
So there should be some
first through the 5th. Yeah.
some gameplay that comes out of Gamescom next week. But what we know so far, release date. Should we start with release date? I mean, that's the simplest of things, right? November 12th.
Easy. Yep, November 12th. Not November 25th, which is also a Tuesday. However, right before that, Flight Sim comes out. I'm not saying they're related.
Yeah, there's. I'm curious. Do you think there's crossover between both? There's got to be a little bit for sure, but
yeah, maybe is not as much as we think. That may have been a tinfoil hat. Anyway, it's releasing earlier than we expected. Cool beans. Yeah. That's awesome. It's also PC Mac, which you would expect. However, only the new gen console. So if you're on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One for whatever reason and you didn't know, it ain't coming to that. So,
yeah, I think that's a pretty critical thing for a lot of peeps. I think. That last gen hardware is no longer getting Farm Sim. Just be aware of that, guys. It's going to be. I know there's. If there hasn't been already, I know there's been some complaints. I've already read about it, but at the same token, I think. I mean, how many years are we out from that from now? Like those.
So I mean, we're 10 years ago. It was 2014 when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out.
Yeah.
I will also say this: I was surprised Farm Sim 22 was on those consoles as well. Maybe that. Yeah,
I was a little bit. I was a little disappointed that they were, to be honest, because I think we could push the envelope a lot more. I think. Well, I mean, there's some. We'll talk more about reasons for that later on. But anyways,
a couple times. This is interesting as well. Usually midnight German time, which is 6 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. They normally drop the game at that point.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that, especially if you're getting the Giants version. So if you're using like my code or Clutch Sim, those codes for that game. The Giants version will work. However, PlayStation is coming out at 7 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, November 12th. I thought it was interesting to find out that there was like a release time. I haven't seen this on Xbox before.
Yeah, Xbox usually doesn't confirm that stuff, and Steam seems to be like usually around noon-ish, somewhere in that range, depending on your time zone. It's all over the place, though.
You never know about Steam.
It's like when they get around to it, it's like, you know what? I guess there's nothing going on. Oh, well, we can push this game out now, I guess. Unlock.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Unless it's like a DLC for Farm Sim 22, they'll push it out 4 days ahead of time.
Right. Gotta love that. Then you have to contact, people whose name rhymes with Mermit and be like, hey, so are we under NDA still? Because this is public.
Yeah. Rough.
Real rough. Pricing, it's important because it's money. Xbox and PlayStation, it's $60 for the base game, $90 for the year one bundle. And PC Mac players, it's like $10 cheaper for each, so $50 base game.
And that's all US dollars, of course. So I'm assuming, is that the same as Euro? What do they charge over in Europe for those? Is it still 60 Euro?
I would assume it's.
I have no idea what the European pricing schedule is like.
Actually, we can look that up on Steam. Steam will tell us.
Will it?
Yeah.
Would you have to change your country of origin then?
Nah.
I'm sure someone in the chat will let me know as well. Gotta be somebody from Europe in here.
Giant software, Steam, person seen, driveway, main camera.
Is it the same price? It's got to be pretty close to American pricing. I know Canadian, we get kind of nailed up here a little bit. Unfortunately.
Who ordered Chick-fil-A? Hang on, I'll be right back.
Oh, ouch. So he didn't get it. Let me see if I can find it here. Is there any Europeans in chat? Are they the same as American? Well, Goham's getting his Chick-fil-A. They've got to be about the same, right? I'm assuming they are. Do I have Steam on here? I must have Steam on this. Steam. I do. See if I can find it. It's got to be pretty much the same thing. Game. Base game version, Granny said, $49.99. Really? So it's actually that much cheaper. So it's $10 cheaper in Europe. The bundle is $80. So you're still saving 10 on the bundle as well. No, bundle will be the same, but base game's cheaper. Interesting. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Omatana. Appreciate you. What'd you get?
There's a lot of food in there. And I think there's a container of sauce. Like a whole bottle of it. There's only a few people that have my address and no one said anything.
I plead the fifth on this one, but I can tell you it wasn't me right now.
That's so many nuggets! It's
interesting that it's cheaper. Alex says, make him show the order. There we go. Look at that. He said he was hungry. Chad, he did say he was hungry.
So it was Alex. Well, at least. So
I don't know yet, Cody.
There's not one. There's 2 bottles of sauce. What in the world?
I bet it was a certain trucker. It very well could have been.
Yeah. They put a lot more napkins and utensils in here than one person can use.
I'm a trucker. It was not.
Oh,
not this time. All right, are you gonna eat while we talk?
They gave me.
It's got so much crap.
They gave me a big old spoon. I think probably because most people will, use the spoon to serve. Is this a catering order? This looks like a catering order.
They sent you that much food that they figured it was catering. That's all it was. They're like, oh, this must be for a dinner party.
This explains why the guy at the door was looking at me like, why am I delivering this to a house? I think this is 40 nuggets. It's gotta be. Well, show just went off the rails. What did I miss?
It was never on.
What have we done?
We were just about to talk about pre-orders.
All right, pre-orders are going live right now. What you got?
Right now they're going live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Get 'em. Use code DjGoHam.
Well, they're already live, to be perfectly
Yes.
honest.
Yeah.
Pre-order bonus is going to give you the Mac Dawn. That's the only thing they've said so far, right?
Yeah. However, it looks like consoles are also getting it looks like consoles are also getting the New Holland stuff because there have been some PlayStation players that have mentioned that consoles were getting the New Holland stuff, but I haven't been able to find that in any of my stuff. But people have sent over some screenshots.
Yeah.
So I think now's probably somebody says, "Please drink the sauce in one go." That's not a good idea. I will drink a little bit of it though. So it's so good.
Yos. I haven't heard anything about that specifically, unfortunately.
Yeah, I thought PC was the only one that got the pre-order New Holland, but then everybody will be able to buy it.
Did they ever give prices on, like, is there the price on a Mac Dawn if you don't pre-order afterwards?
I don't know, but I mean, it can't be more than like $2 or $3, right?
That's what I would think. That's my opinion. I'm a little anti pre-order in some ways. Now, Farm Sim's a little bit different because I know I'm going to play the heck out of Farm Sim, but there's a lot of games I won't like. I don't know. I think I've been stung too many times on pre-orders over the last 10 years that now I no longer pre-order, just wait for day of release.
Yeah.
You get a free couple pieces of equipment. I think that'll sweeten the pot a little bit, but that would be the reason I would do it.
Yeah.
But I know I'm going to play Farm Sim, so yeah, I'll pre-order for sure.
Yeah. And I don't. He says I do think that 30 is enough to get a small catering tray. You have to have enough Chick-fil-A sauce. I definitely have enough Chick-fil-A sauce. What an insane human being.
And I do agree. It makes no sense you don't get the physical copy. That is, and like I said, I've been burned a few times. I agree with you. However, the fact you are getting potentially some free add-ons that will come with the pre-order, I mean, that does sweeten the deal a little bit, and that could make me reconsider. Especially, like I said, I am 99.9% confident I'm going to enjoy playing the next Farm Sim game. I've enjoyed the last 4, 3, whatever it might be since 15. We know what the formula is.
Yeah,
it's not going to change drastically from that formula.
And what do you do on your YouTube channel?
I'm saying if you're one of the peeps that are in here, chances are you're still playing Farm Sim 22 or even Farm Sim 19 for that matter. You're going to be playing Farm Sim 25. Let's be honest.
I see what they're saying.
Yeah. Seasons Pass.
Yeah, Season Pass, man. So this is kind of cool because we get, again, more like hints and things ahead of time. So this is very cool. We also get to see a thumbnail for the first game expansion, which has not been a thing that they have shown off to us before. And it looks like it's a UK style map, which is very, very cool. You know, UK, maybe Scottish area, that kind of thing. The Lake District, is that what they call it? The way that Mr. Silly P's wife says it, I always think they're saying the Lake District.
Let's see if I can bring this up here. Hang on. Boom.
It's like a catering order. Yo, this spoon is meant to be used for like serving to people. However, I put sauce on the spoon and then I eat the nugget.
I didn't read anything specifically quoting this. I know I've said this before. I think I said this when they first announced it. This feels like, it's like an Irish map that came out in Farm Sim 19 or Farm Sim 17, I should say. That I played on. And I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head now. This feels like the same in my mind. Like if you look like right over on this part, there's like a harbor that goes in here on that map, and then there's like the DjGoHam Memorial Forest was off on the one side or something like that.
Are you talking about the Oxygen David map?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah, did he do that map?
Yeah.
What was it? Not Emerald Coast. What the heck is the name of that map?
It was the one that was PC only in Farm Sim 17 and
that's
play in Farm Sim 19.
It feels like this image just shouts that to me for whatever reason. I look at this and I'm like, this looks so close to that. I'm just saying. Anyways, you never know.
Where's the hot sauce?
Who knows?
Enough. Funny story. For breakfast, I had pizza with the hot sauce, and I drank it out of the bottle.
You're not going to start drinking hot sauce out of the bottle again, are you? Please don't.
It's not hot sauce. It's Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh,
I'll
okay,
do
it's
it.
different.
You want me to do it? I'll do it right now.
We don't get Chick-fil-A sauce in Canada yet. Actually, you know what? I think we do now. I think, but just not where not in Calgary. Soon. But it's funny. Like we'll sit here and we'll do a debate on these three things for the season's pass: innovative machinery, the plains and prairies, and the stars line. I don't think we've been close to being right on any of these teasers they've ever given us. I think Giants makes it too tough on us.
I feel like DLC number 2 is going to be the cool one that we all want to see, but I have no idea what 1 and 3 are.
Yeah, I have no clue.
The only thing I can think of, because you kind of have the cog, like the settings wheel in the middle,
Yeah.
but it also kind of looks like a reel on a combine header.
It could be either or. You're right. Anyways,
So,
let's not. We got to save that for a whole show of speculation. Come on.
but it's a
Oh, there we go. There we go. J-Bot and Kev got it. It's Shamrock Valley. That was the name of the map I'm thinking of.
Appreciate you guys.
You guys are awesome. See, they're like they're in tune.
Reskinned map confirmed by Farm Sim Show. Drink the whole bottle. You guys are crazy. Don't make me do it. I am.
Anyways, I feel like that's what I feel like that expansion map looks like to me, at least just from this picture. But once again, this is just artwork. Who knows?
Yeah.
Saying.
It's very cool. I dig it. I like that. Even if we don't really like know what it is yet, I like that Giants teased a little bit more than they had to.
They also said someplace else they've confirmed that there will be a year 2 seasons pass. Obviously, no details on it yet.
Yeah, I think we assume that.
I thought there was someplace I read there was like year 1 and then year 2 seasons pass. I'm just wondering, before we even move along, do you think this is going to be a 3-year cycle again? Do you think we'll go back to a 2-year cycle? Do you think we'll go back to 2 or stay on 3? I want 2-year cycles, please.
This is a 3-year cycle because
I know.
the 20th anniversary for Farming Simulator is in 2028.
Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
they are not going to be like, welcome to our 19-year anniversary. The next game is going to be massive.
Happy 19 years. Speaking of stuff, I think we've got it here. Where's the collector's edition? It's on here somewhere. There we go. It's our next thing on the list for us.
This is very
Collector's
cool.
edition.
This is so cool.
You have the collector's edition for Farm Sim 22, obviously, right?
I have a few, yeah.
I think I've got 2 as well.
Yeah. This is
It comes with a lot of stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm actually, I don't know why. I'm sure I'll play it for 5 minutes and be like, okay, that was fun. But like the 16-bit retro edition,
yeah.
I think
Very
it's kind of
cool.
cool just to include that in.
Very cool there. The USB ignition lock, I've already done a video on that. A couple people have. Christian Amann, the CEO of Giant Software, pulled myself and a few other content creators in a room at FarmCon and was like, here, hold this, try it out, see how it works. You know, he really went above and beyond to make sure that we knew about this because he didn't want it to just feel like, you know, this cheap thing that they're throwing in. Dude, it's heavy. It's going to sit on the desk.
Well, it has to be, because you think if you put the key into that and you start moving it and it's like flopping around everywhere,
Yeah.
then it's just a cheap piece of plastic that you're like, okay, this is annoying. It's getting in my way. Of course, it has to have some girth to it.
Yep. And not only does it have some current to it, all the keys are the same. So in their words, you can go over to your buddy's house and use your own key to start their ignition.
What if you lose your key?
Just borrow a key from your buddy. From what I understand, these are like actual ignitions. So
Interesting. And I'm like, the one thing I wanted to clarify on this: when you click over to start, is it spring loaded and go back to on?
it is not spring loaded. No, that was
Okay.
the one thing that surprised me as well. It is not like zoo, 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 zoo. It is just off, electronics on, engine on.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. That's what I wanted to know, I guess. Interesting way of doing it, but all right, whatever. It'd be cool if they could make it so it actually worked like a little more realistic than that, I guess. But what do you do? Yeah, you got the sticker packs. I've got all the sticker packs still sitting like right up here beside me from the last one. I got to put those someplace. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I'm gonna have like a whole collection of stickers now.
Well, I got my hat. You guys remember that, right?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, the beacon hat.
the beacon helmet. Love that thing. So I threw all the stickers all over it.
So, anyways, collector's edition. You can pre-order this as well at whatever retailer of your choice, I guess. North America, I think it's Best Buy. I think Amazon ends up having it as well, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazon's got it. What's the game?
GameSpot?
Not EB Games.
EB Games, GameSpot.
GameStop. That's it. Yeah, they've got it. I've got one of mine pre-ordered from there. So
Yeah. So they're all there. You can go to those and pre-order at your heart's content.
Yep. But again, PC only. Anybody could buy this, but unless you want a poster and some stickers, don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. It won't the discs obviously won't work. And that was the other question. I think some people get. It's like, well, do I have to use the disc then? And I think it comes with a code, is what I remember. Right? There's a code in the back. You can just download it with a code.
Yep. Yes. This is true. Yep. Oh, so yeah, I guess you could just ask for more keys.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Should we talk about maps that are coming on launch?
Yeah, because this is an interesting one because they still haven't confirmed the third one yet, but I think we all know what it is. They have such just the pattern. The pattern.
I mean, what was the launch? The third launch map in Farm Sim 19?
Oh, let's see. It starts with a Z and ends with Ilanka.
Well, that's what we're thinking it's going to be, right?
Yeah. I mean,
what 19 it was? What Estancia Lapacho, right?
Yeah, from 17 to 19.
Yeah,
However,
and then,
that was released on the Mod Hub. That was not released and part of the base game, but part of the base game for Farming Simulator. And remember, if you remember from before them, DLC map for Farming Simulator 15 was Sosnovka. Guess what was base game Farm Sim 17? They were like, you know what, let's just do one map, and then we'll just reuse the other one. They only made one new map for Farm Sim 17. And we played the heck out of it.
Yeah. And then, Erlengrad was at Farm Sim 19. It was originally a DLC map, the Platinum DLC.
Yeah, it was like the year 2 expansion.
Yeah, the expansion DLC map, right?
Yeah, which felt awkward. They have confirmed Zelenka. She heard it. Oh, perfect.
There you go. They've officially confirmed it. We kind of figured it was that, but there you go.
If Omontana says it, it must be true.
It makes sense in a way, right? The fact what are our two maps that are coming with? We have, of course, the East Asian map. So to deal with your rice, of course, is probably more the reason almost that map. I do wonder how many people are excited. I'm not tremendously excited for that one personally.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, and 2, we haven't seen it yet. We've seen some
screenshots. You're right. Not a lot of it.
Yeah, they really pushed the American map, which
they do.
Not a bad idea.
It's what I'm always excited for the American map. You guys know that's I'm a little biased, of course. I'm curious on the community if you guys in the chat or comments want to let me know that you guys are super excited for the East Asian map. I'm gonna give it a shot for sure, but it doesn't sound like it's up quite what I'm looking for, at least personally. That's just me.
Kind of like difference between Elm Creek and Hot Baileron.
A Hot Baileron was. That being said, I have spent a little bit. I don't know, especially on Farm Sim 23 on mobile. I've been playing a lot more of the European map for some reason on that one. I don't know why. I just have been. Weird. Go figure.
I don't think I've played the European map at all for Farm Sim 23.
Yeah, I know. It's bizarre, right?
Is there one on 23?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There was a new map.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So I've been playing that on Farm Sim 23, which is bizarre. Excited for rice fields on that's just it. Like you could obviously you can use the ricing equipment over on the American map. American map looks good so far from what we've seen.
Ooh, I just had an idea.
Okay.
So you know how they say that you basically use like the fence tool or the vineyard tool to make the rice patties. I want to flatten out a whole map and just make one big old rice patty.
That sounds like it. Can you make $10 million with it?
No, I don't. I ain't titling videos like that. I'll have like a terrible title, like I made a really big rice patty.
You're like the Canadian TV shows. you name your videos like Canadian TV makers make their TV shows, right?
My it's just because I don't like the clickbait stuff.
You've heard me talk about this, right?
And every time I get just a little bit close to a clickbait title, somebody calls me out. I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah,
it's like, you know.
I make fun of all the TV shows up here. Oh, let's have a show about a gas station. What do you want to call it? Corner gas. Oh, okay, sure. How about we do like a police officer show? What do we call it? How about sheriff? We're bad. We're just not good at naming stuff up here sometimes, I swear. And for those that are saying that Hot Belleron is better than Elm Creek, you're wrong.
I acknowledge that you like it better.
No, I don't acknowledge that at all. It's just listen. There's right opinions and there's wrong opinions, DJ.
That's not what an opinion means. An opinion means that you like it better. That's totally cool.
Nope.
I haven't given up. So somebody's asking about I've given up. I haven't given it up. I just got really tired of it and don't want to do the logging stuff. I haven't given up. I just didn't want to do the next part yet. So I'm doing the Old Stream expansion because I really like Old Stream and I really like the new map. And so I'm just having a ball with it. Like, I've already pre-recorded through next week already, episode 16. So yeah,
this here I do agree with this comment right here. Silver Run.
Yeah.
I like, and this comes back into the DLC map. We know it's a European map, of course.
What?
I was hoping for Silver Run. I understand why it's not.
Yeah.
In a way, I'd love to see that be remade almost, because I do like that map as well.
But you know somebody's gonna bring it back anyway. Some modder's gonna HB rules. Love it. Unsub or finish it. Fine, I'll finish it, but it's not gonna be today.
We're talking about maps, of course, right now. This does bring up another point as well, and this goes back actually to the fact that we're no longer on last gen consoles. Mm-hmm. The new map size.
Possible new map size.
I thought the standard was now a 2x2 instead of a 1x1 is what we've been confirmed by, because I've heard multiple people say that now.
What you're 1x1 for those of you who don't know, 1x1 is what PC players call standard map
size.
However, a lot of console players will call a normal map a 2x2 because it's 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. So it's 2 kilometers this way by 2 kilometers that way. Remember, I used to do this as well, and you got on to me just constantly. You're like, that's not right.
But now, so then where are these rumors coming from that we're hearing that it's going to be a larger map?
There's no rumors. It's misconceptions and misunderstandings. The maps are the same. DJ says the maps are the same. You heard me say it, so you know it's true, and it's a real thing.
Because I've definitely heard from multiple sources that they're like, "Oh, the maps are bigger now. They're not 4x4. They're not 4x maps,
right?
But they're bigger." So that's what I heard. That was the rumor.
Let me ask you this: did you hear that from me?
I mean, did you make videos?
What script are we using right now for this setup? We're using one of my videos.
Oh yeah, he does make videos. I forgot about that.
Leave me alone, man. I've been doing a lot of Let's Plays recently too. I've enjoyed it.
You have been. I'm impressed.
I'm having so much fun playing the game.
Still say they stayed on the standard size. Yeah, they might have. Jay, I thought I heard. Well, I know I've heard a couple of people say they were going to be a standard size map, but or not a standard size map. It was going to be an extra large map by comparison.
Yep, it's 2K by 2K.
Okay. So if you heard 2K, that's a standard size map is 2K by 2K. There you go.
If you want, I can message the guy who made the American map for.
Yeah, there we go. We can get it right from the horse's mouth, as they say.
I was going to say Florian. Yeah, so Florian's a fan of the channel, and he makes the American maps for Farming Simulator base game.
I have to give Florian a huge shout out. Like seriously, when I watched the original Elm Creek expose video back when Farm Sim 22 was launched, I remember thinking, I'm like, he doesn't sound like he knows what he's talking about when it comes to the North American maps. Like there was something he said earlier on. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. There's something wrong. And then Elm Creek comes out and I'm like, oh, this map's awesome. This is like my favorite base game map now ever. I'm like, all right, never mind. All those things I said, Clutch was wrong. Ignore Clutch. Florian's the guy. I trust him 100%. So, yeah, that was a huge difference in my opinion. But what I originally thought we were going to get compared to what we got was so much better.
Yeah. So actually, what we need to do is get Florian on the podcast.
I agree.
It's a little bit late in the day, and for him at least, the show starts at 9 p.m. his time.
Yeah.
Maybe we could pre-record something, or maybe get him to stay up late on a Friday or something like that. I'll talk to him and see what he's got. Also, we got Argsy in here, and somebody said, didn't you guys forget to say something at the beginning? We did. What do we not do?
We don't do the show?
No, we don't play the game. We haven't done the show. Different tense. We haven't done the show. We don't play the game.
That's pretty accurate. I find, and they're not wrong. A lot of the 4X maps out there, a lot of times, there's some map makers that can put a lot of detail into them, and a lot of them, there's one section of the map that's super detailed, and the rest is like, let's just put a couple trees and some fields, and we'll call it good. You definitely notice that, right?
There's one that came out yesterday called Combined Counties.
Yeah.
From Cavalier Roy. 4 of his maps on one map.
Well, that's one way to make a 4X map, I guess.
He did a good job. I want to play it, but I haven't done it yet. Maybe this weekend.
All right, so we've got our 3 base game maps, kind of -1. Shall we move along down to crops?
Moving along to crops. The spoon's so big. That's a big spoon.
I hope you guys are all watching him as he shovels nuggies into his mouth.
Got my nuggies right here, as you can tell. So what I'm doing is I put the sauce on a couple nuggies, and then I use the spoon to pick up the nugget.
Are we really talking about nuggie strategy eating right now?
I got another nugget cam if you want me to use this. Right here.
Boy, I'm so sorry, chat. I'm so sorry.
So what you do is you
The old nuggie shovel, yeah.
Get your spoon. Get your spoon, right? And then here you go.
I like how you made it wasn't even an airplane noise. I don't know what that was, but it was something.
Something crashed.
Yeah, something definitely crashed. All right. Oh boy, Chad, I'm so sorry.
I was watching Ron White and Larry the Cable Guys this morning because I was trying to find something to listen to on YouTube while I was working on a computer that I never ended up using. And they said that one of the engines on his private jet failed one time, and his buddy was so nervous. He's like, how far will one engine get us? He's like, to the scene of the crash. It was great.
Oh boy. All right. My mouth is watering. I wouldn't mind having some nuggies right now, but I had a big lunch. I'm good.
FP, what's up, homie? Yeah.
Hey, what's one of our peers?
So, Alex, so it'd be funny to order me so many nuggies.
That's a lot of nuggies, dude. I feel sick looking at those nuggies. Yeah, fair enough. Speaking of food, though, do you want to talk about crops now, finally?
Yeah, crops. All right, so we got 2 different kinds of rice. We got rice, and then we got long grain rice. There's also spinach, and there's other stuff too, but we don't know what those other stuff are yet.
Yeah, they just said could be more though. Like they didn't fully fully commit to it. That's the funny thing to me.
I went into a rant. I think it was the first farm sim thing. It was like the everything you needed to know.
Yeah.
Weather, maps, new crops. All right. So I'm just going to read what I said word for word here because I kind of went into it. I was like, all right, 2 new crops been revealed, rice and spinach. Farm Sim 22 had 17 base game crops with 3 more added with the premium expansion. Not to mention all the trees from Silver Run Forest. However, trees are not crops. So FS25 is said to have well over 20 crops, so we can likely expect the 20 crops from Farm Sim 22 returning. Then add rice and spinach, that's 22. 22 is not well over 20. That's a little bit more than 20. So I'm curious if they're also counting greenhouses or not, and if that, and if they are, they could be pushing 30. From the get-go, Farm Sim 25 will definitely be the largest game we've seen so far, but the wording is so mixed up in comparison to the information we have.
Yeah, it's a little clickbaity, I guess, on that sense, right? There you go.
It's a little bit clickbait.
Like they just came out with the spinach facts, I guess, this week, right? That was this week?
Last week, yeah.
Was it last week? Yeah.
Or the last Friday? 2 Fridays ago? When did they come out with the spinach?
It's been pretty quick. It's been pretty recent.
Yeah.
I was actually like excited to kind of see like this whole screenshot they sent out. This was kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Like we're getting double harvest off of spinach. It looks like now.
Bedtime stories with DJ. Yeah, so this is cool. I like how you can get the two harvests as long as you get your crop in the ground and what was it, March, I think is what you have to get it in the ground.
Yeah, it's got to be first thing in the year, right?
Yeah, so you got to get it in, and so this is like the optimal thing. However, you can see at the top it actually says like planted in March/April and harvest during June through July and September
October.
So this is optimal, but you can also push it back a month and still be good. Or
so what if you plant in May? Like, are you going to have to wait till September, or will it be July and August all of a sudden? I wonder. Like, will it have just like a random? Will it be like a set in stone calendar season for spinach, like we have for all our other crops right now? Or because basically, whenever you plant this in the summertime, it seems like in theory it should be a certain amount of time afterwards. 3 months afterwards, it should be harvestable, right?
Should be. So
like it says growth duration is 3 months, but I'm just wondering if you don't plant it in March for say you plant it in April or May, does that mean, or well, May, would you be able to plant it earlier in August? I don't know, just out of curiosity, if like, because that kind of would change the way the engine currently works.
Somebody says you can't plant in May. Oh, good to know.
Okay,
there's a planting calendar, and somebody's broke it down. However, it was in German, and I just did not have the time.
I'm liking the look of the foliage too on the spinach. Spinach looks good.
Oh, that's the reason.
It's too warm to germinate. Interesting.
But it's farming simulator.
But you could plant in July.
No.
But it doesn't replant. That's right. Never mind. It's just regrows. That's right. Never mind. Disregard.
It's past the germ stage.
Okay. Ignore what I just said.
I did that the first time. What are we talking about? Speaking of, there's some stuff in the background of those pictures. There's two pieces of equipment. Somebody says there's an old, I think it was an old Massey harvester, I believe.
In the back, which one? Which screenshot are we looking at? Do you want me to look at
any of those? So the screenshot that you had there pulled up, you may have to pull up the screenshots that we shared.
Yeah, I was gonna see if I can find them.
I was gonna say,
I think it's this one. Is it this one here?
Is it my video?
I don't remember seeing much in this.
So you'd have to zoom way in.
Yeah, like there's something in the shed here that you can't really see. I don't know if we can bring that in. No, I can't zoom in any much more. Yeah, I won't zoom in.
Give me a second because I probably can. But
I can't zoom in anymore.
Well, I can because my video does.
Yeah, I tried to zoom in on the window. It's not working. But there was something in the shed for sure.
What's in the shed? I don't know how to share my screen. Okay, found it. We're good. Window, entire screen, share. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So we get into here, right?
Right here.
And then I guess I'm chit-chatting. I don't remember what I said through here. Oh, yeah, it's getting ready. So just wait, all right? Yeah, look at that zoom. Bam.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, come back. Slow it down.
There's stuff in the sheds, but
slow it down, homie. So
I mean, it's things.
Yeah. Yo, also, just like putting this out here. Look at this smooth edit right here. Bam, in. I worked so hard on this. Straight across, talking about stuff, and then boom, back into it. Going in even more. Enhance. You know that doing edits like this is not the easiest. It's not super hard, but it's not the easiest thing in the world. And I made it happen. I was so happy about it.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah, but if you cut at the wrong place, it does the opposite of what you want, and you got to undo and do it again. It's meticulous.
It's pretty easy.
I'm so proud of that edit right there. Look at that, and then boom, back out again. Man, how cool is that? I'm so good at this.
Oh boy. I mean, you're doing stuff. Good job.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
You're awesome. I didn't know you made videos.
Come on, man. Killing me, dog.
So we talked about spinach and all the different textures we're getting with the spinach. I think like one of the initial trailers, they showed off some of the spinach. I'm like, I don't know what the heck that crop is. And it ended up being spinach.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That looked great.
That's the thing to enhance. Yeah, it's still. I think we're gonna look at stuff and be like, is that cover crop or is that spinach or?
Yeah, because it does
What
look
is
a little
that?
bit like the oilseed radish, a little bit, right? There's a little bit of a close, like from a distance, you're definitely looking. I'm like, I'm not sure. Yeah, because it didn't make sense. I'm like, would they really be advertising oilseed radish in the first trailer? That doesn't make sense. Doesn't seem like something they would do. You're right. So we're talking about texturing, of course. New foliage is coming, of course, for Farmstead 25.
Mm-hmm.
Trees and bushes, you said, like we already talked about, Silver Run Forest. Trees and bushes are coming, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to have more of that. They haven't talked about any like animals again, like the running of deer and stuff around. For the most part, has only been kind of hinted at, right?
It makes you wonder, are they just not doing anything with that?
Yeah, that's the feeling I get. What is it, birds and deer again?
I mean, there's different birds. We know that.
Yeah.
Because they showed different birds off in the first video, the first teaser 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But
that was the same as Zelonka had, different, like the new bird that was just flying around aimlessly, right? In the nest.
Right. And then now there's more. There's some all white birds. There's some different stork-looking birds as well that were from Zelonka. So those are on there. And then they've talked about the water buffaloes. We know we're getting water buffalo, but like,
what about just normal animals? Just little details around the map. That's all.
Yeah.
I kind of like to see that kind of stuff come out that allows the maps to like I don't know if people really care about the deer that are running around or not. I find it kind of cool.
We definitely tried catching them when the first came out.
I personally love it. I like the extra little bit of immersion that happens, right? Even like the birds are the same thing. I think the birds are a little bit more annoying at some point on like when you're driving, all of a sudden birds just magically appear right in front of all your equipment. You're like, where do those guys come from? Right. But
birds being annoying, say it's not so.
If they could find a way to make it so it was like a little bit more like, oh, there's deer over on this side, and as soon as or birds and deer or whatever, and you look close, they disappear or they run away or whatever. Anyways, I like the deer. I think it was a great little added feature. I'm happy to see it. I hope they continue on that and do more of that kind of stuff. It seemed like it works pretty well on pretty much all modded maps as well, which is nice. Because I don't think you have to add it in, right? Like as soon as you put trees down, you tend to get deer. It's interesting the way they've got it in there. I don't know how it all works, but anyways. Can we get some ducks? There we go.
Yeah. have not seen any ducks yet. We'll see.
Yeah. And speaking of animals, do you want to talk about the animal trader?
Yeah, it just looks a little bit different than it did. It's a little bit more alive. There's actually animals like in and around that are moving and interacting, not just like stoic, scary figures that are standing there.
We've had a couple mod maps that have done that, which is nice.
Yep.
All right. It does tend to take up some resources, I've been told. And that's why a lot of them don't like doing it.
Okay.
But whatever. And plus, we're getting new types of animals this time.
Well, at least one.
Well, one. I thought there was possibly two, they said, as well. It was the same as the crops.
They did say there was possibly two. Hang on.
I mean, water buffaloes are the one for sure.
I say pricing and pre-order.
I wonder if it's just like, would it be possibly just normal buffaloes? Water buffaloes and normal buffaloes?
Here we go. This is what DjGoHam said about animals 2 months ago.
I wouldn't trust him.
Water buffalo were teased in the trailer, with Giant saying mighty buffaloes and other animals join cows, sheep, pigs, chickens, horses, and other livestock. They mention other twice there. Once as a new addition and once in addition to. This can mean bees and birds in addition to, but what other animals could be added to the game brand new? This is something we'll have to take a look at as they still haven't mentioned anything. However, we can see new cattle. Highland cattle, I believe is what they're called, in the year 1 expansion map.
I still want my dog to be able to jump in the truck with me. That's all I want, Giants. Let me cruise with my dog.
Farm cats. We don't need any more cats around here.
You know what? That'd be an interesting thing, even just to have, like, if you put a placeable down, like a barn, there was like a cat that would roam around the barn. You could find every once in a while. I'd be okay with that. Right, like a little animated little thing, like whatever. It's like the deer. You put a barn down, Hey, you got a farm cat that's part of your barn in a way. He just kind of wanders around inside the barn at times. You walk through it, there's a barn, there's a cat chasing a mouse. I don't know. Whatever. Makes sense.
Oh, that would be cute. You know, you see a cat chasing a mouse or something like that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
In Scotland, they are cues. Okay. Also, I have something to show you in relation to the chicken butt fiasco.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Has
Oh
nothing to do
boy,
with
you're not
chicken nuggets.
changing your pants, are you?
I probably should, but no, I'm not.
So we're waiting for his chicken butt fiasco. Great. Where do we want to go from this? All right. So we've talked about new maps. One of the biggest things for me, and this goes down the list a little bit, GPS and AI workers are also getting updated. Now, GPS is the first time thing happened in Farm Sim. Do you want to go with, we could talk about GPS in a second. You guys talk about chicken butts. That sounds way more important than what I'm talking about.
All right. So I don't know. I'll have to make sure that my face is not in here for this to work. But I made a new Lego dude. And the Lego dude, it says why chickens, and then around towards the back is chicken butt for Leicester Square in London. This is a little guy, and he's holding a chicken. They were looking at me weird when I made it.
Yeah, I wonder why. Weird. Bizarre.
Yeah, usually they just look at me weird because they're like, American. Not that day.
Oh boy. Okay, GPS. Let's talk about something relevant.
So GPS
will be included with Farm Sim 22. Finally, it's one of the most most sought after features. I'm not quite sure like the exact way it's going to work yet. They haven't.
My understanding, talking to the guys that actually developed it, was that this is. I'm putting sauce on my nuggies, by the way.
Yeah, do your thing.
So it's going to work. So it will do the steering for you.
Yep.
But you have to gas, brake, all that stuff.
Fine. Well, that's normal, right? But like, my question is, can you set it up on a field and be like, okay, this is the like what we have right now. This is the width of my piece of equipment. Go down to that end. I'm going to hit this button, and it's going to automatically turn around and put it the right distance over, so I can make my proper paths. Or if I want to run two pieces of equipment, potentially I could go like twice the distance over and alternate paths, basically, so that you know what I mean. So I'm still.
I haven't seen running two pieces of equipment.
I haven't either, but I'm just.
That's a.
I'm going a step ahead here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can we get something that's like that? I know they've showed off a little bit like headland mode, where it goes around, does a headland first, it looks like, and then goes into the field, which I'm excited for. I'm not sure if that was just AI workers either, or if that was GPS.
I was about to say, I'm trying to see if Stefan Morris is online so I can ask him, but he's not online right now.
Yeah, those were the two questions. I saw one that goes, it did like they were doing a headland and then they were going to dive into the field, and I was trying to figure out if that was going to be GPS feature or if that was an AI worker feature, or if it's going to be both potentially.
AI worker is not changed. It's just, a little bit better.
Well, once again, that sounds like an AI worker thing to me, because like what we're saying with GPS is it's just going to allow you to steer. It'll steer for you, but it won't allow you. But you still have to. So it doesn't sound like you'll do a headland with it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. You have to be in it. So they're two different things. So the worker is still the worker.
Yeah.
And it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But Omatana says the headlands be calculated by the length of the vehicle and the tools. Yes.
That's exactly what we're looking for.
So I honestly, and then the worker not the worker, but the GPS really is just going back and forth at the end of the day, because it runs two passes around the field and then goes back and forth.
Yeah.
So really,
it can do it. That's the new thing, is it can go around the field.
Yes, and any field. It can go around any field with obstacles in the field as well.
I wonder how that's all going to work. Obviously, the base game maps, that's going to work.
They said
fine.
Custom fields. They said it takes whatever the field def is and figures it out from there.
And so, what happens when you start messing with your fields and making them bigger and combining fields?
Said it shouldn't be an issue,
right? I hope so. I hope that all sounds great to me.
They said it's
more like
not
horseplay and GPS. That's kind of what I feel like a little bit. J-Turk.
Yeah.
However, we're talking more about like AI workers. then the GPS is more for you, right? In the grand scheme of things. So what does that mean for you? How is it going to differentiate when you're driving the combine, essentially?
To be fair, I'm not sure I'll end up using GPS too much.
There are definitely reasons when you're using your 3-meter cultivator.
Yeah.
You probably want it then, right?
Yeah, because you're just going to be sitting there just holding the trigger. And then you wake up and like, back up. It's all right. I'm awake.
I'm excited for GPS personally. I use it all the time right now but I'm not using Wobster's GPS. I end up using the heading lock instead from the enhanced vehicle. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Which I personally love that one. It's similar to a GPS, but it basically just locks you on a heading and then you spin around 180 degrees and you can set it to change when you spin around that you move over double the length of your equipment if you want to. So you can have multiple pieces of equipment running at the same time if you're doing multiplayer, for example. But anyways, I'm excited to have it. GPS has been confirmed for Farm Sim 25 now for all platforms. Don't exactly know how exactly it's going to work yet, but it's there.
Yeah. It's also interesting. I wonder if anybody will mod that system to be able to utilize the worker and just hire the worker and let them do everything. And then drop that mod for all platforms. Because all the things are there.
Yeah.
And so if it knows where to, turn around and stuff, and you're having to use the gas and the brake, but no steering, well, the worker does the gas and the brake.
I mean, you could technically do that right now with workers, right? You can send a worker off to a field and let him go do his thing.
Yeah. But it's like, it's not doing the headlands or anything like that.
No. You definitely, and it doesn't necessarily work well with all crop types like grass and stuff. Obviously, there's more of a challenge a lot of times.
I'm just saying, like,
I know
parts are all there. This would be so.
You haven't been watching my series lately, have you?
No.
Yes. See, I make videos. Remember?
You make videos?
Nope.
Yeah.
Let's move along. Let's talk about the farmers market.
Oh yeah, let's do it. This is kind of neat. It's a sell place that it kind of reminds me. Honestly, this reminds me a lot of Omatana's market. But she was one of the first people to release something where it was a production chain, but it would sell slowly and things appear whenever you bring them in and things work and there's animations when it's working, but it's not when it's not. DJ asking for console script. You darn right I am. Wait, I'm the one that gave you the information? Crap. It's true. I know. So it reminds me a lot of that with the farmer's market being a sell point, but then stuff appears on the shelves and over time those stuff disappear again because people are buying it and you bring more stuff to the sell points. So cool.
I think it's cool. I love to see more immersion in our town sites. Right? Like anything that gives us a little bit more immersion in town sites, I am 100% for. Please, more of that. That is such a cool idea. Yeah. Speaking of immersion, what are your thoughts on the buildable farmhouses which have been announced?
It's not taking away from anything. It's just something new if you want to build your own farm. Around here, up until the mid-60s, people were cutting down the trees, and the trees they cut, they sent it to the mill. There were mills everywhere around here. Yep. And then they would get the lumber back, and they would build their house. Like, that was a very, very normal thing that happened in this area. My grandparents' house is like that. My parents' house is like that. So this is very cool because it's kind of something that I, am all about or whatever.
I'm the one thing when this was announced, I mean, we kind of got a little bit of a teaser originally when the original trailer came out. I can't remember what it was, but anyways, I started thinking about this. If this is a base game feature now, is that going to allow modders to do stuff with that script somehow?
Good. I mean, can't you already do that? Just nobody does it.
Not really, right? I don't think so. I don't think modders can make, as far as I'm aware, like, all right, could you make a roller coaster like off Silver Run as a mod and make it so you had to put in a certain amount of things and it would automatically build over time? And I don't know if that's possible with mods.
It is, because think Alien Gem and his multi-shed pack. Or not multi-farm pack. I can't remember what it was called. But it placed it down. There was a little cog, and you press the button.
Yeah, but it would just automatically go.
Right.
But there's not. Is there a way right now where you can do it by adding in?
No, but I think it's because
what I'm wondering. Will this being a base game feature now? Will you be able to do that easily as a modder? Be like, oh yeah, now we just have to this is what this thing needs to look like if there's this amount of product in the bank or whatever in the queue, and then once it gets this much, then it looks like this, and then you know what I mean, like.
And this may be a thing too, where like I am oversimplifying it in my head, but if it's like just make it different, you know. If you can build that up, you just go and click the button, or at least in Farm Sim 19 you could. Now in 22, his pack is not buildable. So maybe that's why you
I don't know. Like I said, this would be interesting. I'd be curious to see what modders could do with this. I like the idea of it. It brings new missions and new aspects of play rather than just being in the open sandbox potentially. Yeah. Like that really gave me more of a reason to play Silver Run. Yeah, to be perfectly honest. And I think I don't know if I'm the only one. I know I've talked to a few people. I know I'm not the only one, but I think that was a cool way to really get people somewhat excited to do logging more so than we've ever done before. So if you can make that into a mod and be like, oh, you know what? I want to play this map, but I want to have this kind of side quest of sorts, a side mission I want to work on as well, where I'm going to build this thing. Why not, right?
Yeah. It gives you much more of a reason to do it. Yeah. And it kind of slows your gameplay down as well. And this kind of a slower gameplay style. Like, well, I say slower, you know the way I play. Slow for me is fast for everybody else. But it allows you to enjoy the little things a little bit more.
And DJ's girlfriend's still in testing.
Whatever.
Let's talk about consumables. You got consumables on this list. We haven't talked anything about this. There's not much been said too much about it in the grand scheme of things.
Chicken nuggets.
Nuggets are consumables. That's why I was thinking about it.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm making my way through.
You got stuff on. I'm waiting for you to talk about consumables while your mouth is full.
My mouth is full right now.
Okay.
Bell wrap and Ronnie Plash. It's a thing.
The Nuggie wrap. Nuggie wrap
coming
is
to Farm Sim 25.
I'm sorry, we had to witness all of that. Holy crap.
And they're really cool people as well. They take good care of you, and they're from Finland. But not all players care about that.
Yeah,
and so
it's a niche thing, right?
So you don't have to use it if you don't want to.
So is that going to be like a setting in the settings you can turn off the wrap, or is it like you buy equipment that either has the wrap or not the wrap, like we kind of currently have if you have the mod?
So,
oof.
What was the question, Your Honor?
How is the wrap going to work? Is it a setting in base, in the base settings, or is it per equipment?
So at least I'm in my notes, I've got that it'll either load manual or automatically. Yeah. So kind of like the pallet box you just threw up a bit. You're welcome. I enjoyed that. So you know the root crop boxes for the premium DLC. Yep. Where you can load them in if you want, or you can,
hit a button and it magically loads it. Yeah. That makes sense.
I think that's the way it's going to work.
Okay. That answers that question, because I wasn't sure about that either, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. So it seems like it's a very simple mechanic.
Okay. Going into game modes, we still have the same game modes that we've kind of come to expect in Farm Sim for the most part.
Yeah. The thing is, we haven't heard anything about this. Like, it's just, at this point, it's really
assumption.
Kind of an assumption. Yeah. I mean, we know we're going to have a single player. We know we're going to have multiplayer. G Portal's confirmed that they're going to have servers at launch for Farm Sim 25. Super cool. That's awesome.
Links in the description, 10% off.
But yeah, we don't really know, like, new farmer, farm manager, start from scratch. Or are we still going to be getting the same ones? Is there something new?
I can't see them changing that formula as much as I would love to see them change the way they work a little bit. Like, they're all the same. I want them, like, I understand new farmer. Yeah, you got to have new farmer mode for everyone that's never played Farm Sim. I get it. Do that for sure. But farm manager and start from scratch, like, all it is crops sell for different prices, and you start with a different amount of money. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's it. Could we have something a little bit different? I don't know. Like a little bit more of a difficulty change somehow. I don't know. And I'm not quite sure if I've thought it fully through yet, because obviously there's some things I would love to see as far as difficulties levels go. But like, I'm thinking even like manual attach, stuff like that, where it forces you to, or in-cab view only or something like that. I don't know. I'm going off the script here, but just some ways that would make it more like a realism setting, maybe even. I don't know. There's got to be other settings. I think they could work with that. I think there's room in those base game startup settings to change things up a little bit.
There's definitely room. They haven't mentioned, as far as I know, any
No.
of those things specifically.
No.
Would it be cool? Absolutely. Do we hope that it will be something like that? Yes. Are we still 3 months away from the release? I'll say yes.
And
We've learned-
once again, it is a sandbox, so realistically, you can play however you want to play.
Yeah. You can
So if
set
you
your
want to
own
play
rules.
super realistic-ish,
Yeah.
then you can play that way, and you can just set up your game so that like this is not a competitive multiplayer game for the most part. So yeah, set it up however you want to set it up and play that way. Just sometimes it might be nice to have maybe what the developers thought would be a cool idea sometimes, and have a game mode set up for that. It's a script. That's a good question.
Shockingly, most of my videos are scripted. Did you know?
Nobody knew. Nobody knew.
Farming Simulator, FarmSimNews.com was an idea that I had because I already had a script, so all I had to do was upload the script. And it turns out there's a whole lot more to it than that, which is why I have Yo's help, because I don't know what I'm doing.
I like the two different modes we got. We got DJ mode. I can only imagine what that would be.
Man.
And Adam mode, which you just start with a fig leaf. I like that too. You can start with either of those. You can
That's
just
great.
start with
I get
either
it.
two. One gives you $20 million and equipment that runs at Mach 6, and the other one you start with just enough to cover your pride. You better hope you're not in the same game mode with somebody in DJ mode, because he's going to go whipping by you and that fig leaf's going to be gone.
Well, I'm just thinking, like a DJ mode, would I even need a fig leaf?
Hey, is that a naked guy in a combine?
Yeah.
He never upgraded his fig leaf.
Yeah. Oh, don't like that.
We're getting swathing and windrowing base game.
Yeah, so this is pretty cool. However, in order to do it, I think you're going to need the Macdon stuff.
As of right now, at least.
As of right now, yeah, until modders make stuff. And it does seem like Giants are intending modders to make stuff.
I really hope we get more of that for sure. Is that going to be the only self-propelled swather, you think? Like, there's got to be something else. There's got to be at least two models, right? Like, I could see us getting the John Deere or something like that.
I want to say I asked this to Stephen Morris in the interview, and I believe he said this is the only one.
That feels weird to be only one, like that's the only base game swather in my mind, but hey, hopefully modders are on top of it then.
This is why I don't stream, because you guys just roast me the whole
Ouch.
time. To be fair,
Ouch.
it's funny, but
So
I'm
anyways, yeah, if you like the swath, you better make sure you pre-order, I guess, is what we're saying right now.
mm-hmm.
That would be interesting. I that feels a little bit missed otherwise, but I mean, I guess that's one way to push your pre-orders a little bit more too, I guess.
I was gonna say it definitely seems like almost a forced pre-order.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you have to do this.
Yeah.
They could have Macdon saying, yeah, swathing's gonna be great, we have equipment for that, but don't you dare put any other equipment in that could do swathing.
Can't do that.
We're the only ones that it can be in the base game. And I'm sure there's some deals like that.
You never know. We talked about rice patties already, but we could talk a little bit about how they're being built.
Yeah,
Right.
You just click and drag.
Kind of like the fence lines, the olives, the grapes in a way right now, right?
Yeah, doesn't look like you have to deliver any water. The water's just there. You just, do your thing. We actually have seen this done two different ways. So we saw it done in the CGI trailer,
Yeah.
which was super cool. They had the pipes running. They turned it on. The water was flowing in.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. And then in the game, they just go up and hit a button, and then it slowly rises. I'm like, oh, that was boring.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed to learn of that. I was hoping we'd have to like put pipes and stuff down or something along those sides, or hoses or something.
Yeah.
With the fact that we have pumps and hoses as a DLC, we're currently in 22.
Yeah.
I was hoping that was going to be more incorporated into something else. Now, we don't know if there's anything else that's going to be used with that, obviously, as of yet. But I'm hoping that we still get some use out of that, because I do like the mechanics behind it seems like it's underutilized still to me.
Well, on console, yeah, but on PC, we got Wobster's hose mod.
Yeah.
It utilized
Yes.
fine, and stuff's coming out all the time.
But once again, those are mods we're talking about, not base game features, right?
Yep.
So, anyways, so for right now, it's just a simple placeable. I think your rice patties is a placeable object in a sense.
Yep. You do have to be careful where you put it because it will flatten the ground.
Yeah.
So if your ground's not flat already, it's going to flatten it. So go ahead and flatten that ground for him.
It feels like Farm Sim 19 with their the initial launch without the proper build tool all over again.
Oof. Well, I mean, maybe you can make another one of your videos on how to flatten ground.
I might have to do that again. How to make your ultimate farm by placing a bunch of sheds down and then deleting them all so you have a nice big flat piece of ground.
Man, I was so jelly of how good that video did.
Well, it was only for like 2 weeks before the new thing came out, the update came out, that we managed to find a quick preview on.
Right.
But those 2 weeks, that video, that was gangbusters for me. That put me over 1,000 subscribers back then.
That was such a cool thing, man. Such a cool thing.
Got lucky with that. It was not very well liked, though. People are like, this is the dumbest idea ever. Or they're like, hey, this is a great idea. It was like a 50-50 camp. I think it's my lowest like to dislike video.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I
whatever.
wonder what mine is.
Is it? I have a funny feeling it's the video where you like a time lapse of weather or something like that.
Oh, I forgot about that. I needed a video that day, and I was like, "Oh, this would be great. This is super cool. It's interesting. Weather's new in Farm Sim 19."
Yeah.
No.
Hang on.
All right. While Clutchy Poo is going away, make sure you guys are dropping likes and subscribes and all that good stuff, hanging out with us. We'll be reposting this on my channel in a few days. I don't know how to check like-dislike ratios.
I can't remember anymore either because it's all changed now. It don't matter.
Yeah. Used to, you just click on the column.
I think we have to quickly talk about graphics as far as like weather effects and stuff go.
It's gonna look good, man. It's gonna look good. They've kind of overshared fog a little bit, I think, but it's brand new. Why wouldn't you?
Looks good.
Yeah, the lighting's super cool. So everything having like an effect on the lights. It's not ray tracing, but it's like light. Yeah, it's ray tracing. I don't remember what they called it, but
it's not ray tracing, but it's ray tracing.
It's ray tracing. It's like traced light rays. Yeah. Anyway, there will be God rays. We talked about that. Some people said you don't need fog to have God rays. Yeah, you do, because
the volumetric lighting, is that what you're calling it?
Sure. Yeah, that's it. Volumetric lighting. Because that means something, I'm sure.
It's up to somebody.
Yeah, something to somebody. People that are smarter than me. You've got lighting.
As far as the fog goes, I am kind of curious how it's going to work. It's sort of like on the mod world side of it, the mod maps. Like, is that something that has to be adjusted, or is it just, does it get set up based on where you have water on your map, or is it just always happen no matter what? Like, I do have I'm curious to see what happens and how that all comes together.
So it is interesting. They've said that modders can choose where they go on their maps.
Yeah,
which is nice. And on the Giants maps, they said it'll appear where you would expect. So it's going to be low-lying areas around water, stuff like that. Yeah, so mod maps, I imagine there'll be some people with mod maps that forget to do this part.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of graphics, let's move on. Roads, they announced the roads are going to be done a little bit differently this time around, right? It's part of the map, not placeables now, or like a place down object.
I'm so pumped. This is.
I think this might be a bigger thing. I think you're right, though. This is a bigger thing than what maybe people might initially think.
All right. So, do you want to explain it, or you want me to? How they work?
Go for it. You're on top of this. You've probably seen more of this than I have, to be honest.
We are going to utilize nuggies for this. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back and relax. We're going to do this the right way. I'm just kidding.
Oh boy.
Not that way. Oh no, they're all gone. Crap. We're good. All right. So. We got two nuggies. This one is the road, right? It's up top. This nuggie is the ground, right? So like you paint dirt down on the ground, that's this nuggie, right? See, they're separate still, right? Yeah. So if you're a mod maker, you kind of draw out your path with your dirt or whatever, and then you model your roads in Blender. There's a lot of modders that say like the roads have been done in Blender, and like that's been a big deal because they fit perfect with the road. Wherever it goes, this goes. It goes up, it goes down, the road goes with it. But let's say one day you're like, you know what? The road's a little, or the ground's a little bit bumpy on the side of that road. I'm gonna mess with it a little bit and smooth it out. Guess what? That road stays right where it is, and you accidentally made a tunnel instead of smoothing out your ground because you don't know how to use the landscaping tool yet. Now,
did you just eat both your roads?
nah, I ate the road one.
He squirts his sauce all over it.
Now this is Farm Sim 25. You may have noticed I only have one nuggie. This is because the roads are now on the ground. You bring it down, it goes down. You bring it up, it goes up. You can't screw this up.
Is any more news on fog? Can we get any more news on the fog?
We'll go over fog in a minute. I got more nuggies. But this, you just have the
30
one,
viewers while you talked about nuggies and roads.
but it's just the one thing, man. Everything is done now. The road is in the nuggie.
How many lanes can you fit in your mouth?
At least one more.
What I thought. Anyways. So basically, paintable roads is what I'm hearing. I've never seen Chick-fil-A sauce go with someone's nose before. That's a first. You all right over there?
That almost went everywhere.
Oh, man. Great. Perfect. Thanks, DJ. Thanks for that, dude. Oh, boy.
So, moral of the story is, they are now one thing. The road goes with the terrain. The road is not a separate piece.
Oh, boy.
Woo.
Well, since we're talking about roads, do you want to talk about ground deformation as well? Because I haven't seen anything that shows off any of this yet.
Look at the new teaser they just put out.
Which one are we talking here?
The one that showed the hail. And
yeah.
There's got to be a tornado in there.
I mean, it sure looks like it.
We haven't talked about that yet, but I mean, come on, right? Right? Come on. It's in there.
It's only on Twitter, isn't it? On
No,
X.
it's everywhere.
Where's that screenshot? Is it on X?
Facebook's
It's not on the
usually-
blog.
Facebook's the best one that I've found.
Yeah, I
you can
found
actually
it
download
earlier
it.
because it's not on the blog.
How many nuggies represent fog? It would be to represent fog in nuggies would make this room very messy. So your throat gets messed up, DJ. Yeah, I hope your mama don't see this. My mom watches. I don't know if she's in right now. Normally she'll jump in for the first 20 minutes or so and then click off. She doesn't normally say hey.
Is this the one we're talking here?
Yeah, weather shift. So bring that in. So look in front of the tractor. I know the tractor looks clean right now.
You're talking like right over here.
Yeah, so in front of the tractor you can see the tracks. So this is one of the best shots that we've been able to get at this because this is in game.
Yeah.
So very cool. You can also see the lighting, which we talked about. So the lighting's a little bit different. The fog's in here as well. And that's a tornado, baby!
Feels
Look
like
at
it
that.
for sure.
at that.
You're right though. This is the best one but it's not. There is some nice lighting done and some nice like additional effects done to the wheels as well as one of the ones I was noticing as far as that goes. But I'm still hoping for that like mud, like your tractor goes through that like you got that.
Oh, it does. Yeah,
That's really what I want to see.
I think what they've done here I think they backed in a clean tractor over some like dirt, and then because two, they've tried to get everything just perfect for this screenshot. But Giants normally doesn't modify things for their screenshots. Usually, it's just like
unlike other people I know. Enhancements.
Cut out. Shadow. Make the eyes bigger. Yeah. So this is very cool. You can definitely see. So basically, if it's cold, the ground's going to be harder, so it doesn't deform as much. If it's normal temperatures, 70, 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is that confirmed? Did you actually get confirmation on that?
I got that in an interview.
I did not hear that.
You have to go back and watch my interview.
I'll have to go watch the interview now, apparently. That's cool. I like that it'll actually deform depending on temperature. That makes sense to me. I like that.
It's mud and dirt is going to deform differently from each other than gravel will, and of course hard surfaces like tarmac doesn't deform at all. Grass, I haven't heard anything about grass. I doubt grass is going to be deforming. It's not something I would have put in, or the mud in the fields maybe as much.
What about what's the time frame for the deformation? Will it stay like that?
So think about it like tire tracks right now. It's going to stay for a while.
Yeah.
However, I think they were mentioning that it's going to stay longer than the normal tire tracks, like that 100% up to 400% that you see.
Yeah.
At least on PC, you can change that.
Yeah.
It is going to be similar to the way tire tracks work. So it's not going to be there all the time.
It won't, if you put a bunch of ruts in a certain spot and then you go and drive around and do something else for half an hour and you come back, those ruts are going to be back to normal again, basically.
Those are probably going to be back to normal.
Okay.
Yeah, because it still uses memory to do that whenever you change something from the way that it was.
Perfect. Animals deform? That's a good question. Could you imagine if animals will deform the terrain? That would be interesting as well.
We'll see. I mean, used to you could jump on top of animals, and now you can't anymore.
Single player at least, right?
Mm-hmm.
I still want to go cow hopping. We're gonna have a cow hopping competition.
Man, what is it with Farming Simulator players and jumping on top of stuff? Like it's like constant. The floor is lava.
You got to play Floor is Lava in Farm Sim. I remember doing that in 19. It was like we were trying to see who could remember when the launch in 19. We were trying to see who could climb one of the buildings, or like we were just doing a video. We're like, who could climb the castle the quickest on the European map? And then we realized that you got on a horse.
Horses, yeah.
You could just run the mountain the whole time. We're like, what?
You could climb that. You could just go right up. Yeah. And the horse the whole time is like, man, it would really be cool if they would have sampled some more sounds.
Yeah, no kidding. Cow tipping in Farm Sim would be amazing. I agree. Like that would be a great little mini game. How many cows can you tip in 30 seconds? Hey, Gertie, get out of that field. We do need to talk quickly about slot counts. Obviously, PC players, this does not apply to PC players, but slot counts for console.
Yep. So
that's
slot counts
thing,
interesting.
Right?
So they have reduced the sizes of what stuff is from now. So new Giants Engine 10, this is all in the new Giants Engine, reduces file sizes about 45% from where they were. So take something now, it takes up 100 slots. Well, now it'll take up like 55 slots.
There you go.
So something like that. Obviously, something takes up that many slots. You're using the wrong mod, bro. So to take up less space in your folder, allowing you to have more mods, more maps, stuff like that. But things in Farming Simulator 25 are going to be higher detailed. They're going to take up more video memory. They're going to take up more RAM. They're going to use more. So 45% is a one-to-one comparison, but we're not comparing apples to apples here. We're comparing apples to oranges. So is it going to be less than Farm Sim 22? Probably a little bit, but it's not going to be too much. It's more optimized.
I think that's what people want to hear anyways, say more optimized. I think a lot of ways Farm Sim needs to have a little bit of optimization at times. It seems like there's some things that aren't quite fully optimized. I don't want to say it's terrible, but at the same time, there are some things that could definitely be optimized for sure in game.
I do find it interesting that I can play like Forza Motorsport at 4K max settings at 120 FPS, but I can get the same settings at like 70 FPS at
I know. Yeah.
And forget about a 4X map.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So there's definitely some room for improvement on that for sure.
yeah, so this was another thing as well. So they've doubled the amount. I didn't know it was doubled, but I guess here you go. For Momentana, they've doubled the amount of like density and everything in the crop. So there's the same amount of crops in like 1 meter by 1 meter square, but the textures and stuff are better. They're thicker and double-sided. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So they're double-sided now.
Okay.
So instead of like one vertex, you're getting two.
Yep. So it doesn't just twist around while you're walking by it, just so you can see both sides of it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Anyway, so there you go.
And last thing, really on the list are mods. Is there much that's gonna be changed for mods that we know about? It seems like it's the same old, right? Like it's status quo. Mods is still being supported.
I think everything's going to be about the same. There was something that was said, and I don't know if this is NDA, and I don't know what's going on with it.
Say it really quickly, and no one will know.
With the release of Farming Simulator 25, they will continue to host mods for Farming Simulator 22 through the end of 2024. However, mods for Farming Simulator 22 will not be accepted after the end of 2024. And by the release of Farming Simulator 25, Farming Simulator 25 mods will be accepted on the Mod Hub. Short version, with the launch of Farming Simulator 25, they will also open the Mod Hub to the public.
Okay.
And the mod description for Farm Sim 25 is going to be 91.
91.
Yep.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay. Makes sense.
You have what I have.
All right. You don't want to read into that at all?
No, I read too much already.
Well, with the red behind you, it makes you look evil when you do that. So fair enough. I've read too much already. There you go. All right, you read too much.
Said too much.
Mods will be in Farm Sim 25. That's pretty much all we need to know for now. If you're expecting to keep on playing Farm Sim 22, just know that there's gonna be mods coming out for a little bit, but generally speaking, after the launch, you're not gonna get a lot of mods after that point, anyways. I don't know. It's usually did you say it was an actual time frame they gave this time? It was usually about a year, and they stopped.
2024.
End of 2024.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So they will accept mods for Farm Sim 22 through the end of this year.
There you go.
And then that is it. So
there you go. So by the end of the year, there will be no more mods for Farm Sim 22 essentially. Yep. That's interesting because usually they go a little bit longer with the mods for the previous title, right?
Yeah. And
in the past they have, at least.
As of launch day for Farm Sim 25, they will start accepting mods.
I clicked a button. There we go. That's apparently what that was about. There you go.
So 91's the mod disc for 25. They say, or she says they're on 90 right now. So,
and typically as well, like the Giants editor comes out like 3 or 4 weeks before the launch of the game, or did last time as well, right?
Something like that. That would definitely be a modder question. We've got some big modders in here right now, so hopefully somebody can answer that question.
If you guys have heard anything, let us know. We can share that, of course, as well. But typically, it's a few weeks beforehand the Giants editor for the next generation game comes out. So hopefully, modders will get that in their hands. So within 2 weeks of the launch, we'll hopefully have some mods that'll start trickling out, at least potentially.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and I would. Because right now QA is working on Farm Sim 25 stuff, which is the reason that we're not getting a bunch of mods.
Yeah,
QA is the one that does mods right now. In the past, they've had a separate mod team that's done stuff of people that they've hired or something like that. So G comes out later.
I thought in 22 it came out like 2 weeks beforehand. Maybe it even been 3, because I remember some guys had it before.
I mean, they may send it out to certain people. So
maybe that's what it was.
The statement that I have is, with the launch of Farm Sim 25, we will then also open the mod hub to the public.
Okay.
New Farm Sim 22 mods can still be submitted until the end of 2024. and Farm Sim 25 will be mod desk 91, and Farm Sim 22 mod desk is 80. They've posted here. So.
Interesting. I could have swore I talked to somebody that had it beforehand, but maybe not.
I mean, we may have talked to somebody who did have it beforehand.
Maybe
that's a very good.
Maybe
case.
That's all I'm thinking about, but who knows? Maybe it just doesn't get released publicly until that point. That's all.
Either way, we'll talk about it whenever it's out. So
yeah,
we'll be here.
There you go. Anyways, that's pretty much it for that as far as new equipment goes. We do have a few announcements on new equipment we've heard of. Of course, the rice harvesters and rice planters were the big kind of push that they're putting out on. Not a lot of new brand names yet that have been really announced that we've heard of for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, we already have big brands. I think there's a couple people are looking forward to. Of course, Gleaner.
Of course, Gleaner would be.
It was interesting that Sid started working at Giant Software, announced his Gleaner mod soon after, and then quit Giant Software. So granted, he had a fiance at the time who was getting ready to marry, and he was not living with her because he had to work at Giants. So that's understandable. Now they are married. So congratulations.
You said fiance? I thought you said her name was Beyonce. I'm like, huh, he's getting married to Beyonce. Interesting.
Sid's a handsome dude, man. He could probably pull it off.
Interesting.
But
fair enough.
But yeah, I just found it was interesting that he announced that around that same time. So
yeah,
maybe there's something to read into there. Was it Nexat? We've got the widespread vehicle system or whatever. That'd be really cool to see. They haven't said anything about that.
We've heard rumors. I've heard rumors of different semi trucks as well recently. No, there's nothing confirmed on that or not yet.
So, interestingly, I haven't heard anything about.
Oh no, there was another American branded truck that there was some rumors going around on the interwebs on. Nothing's been confirmed on the truck side, unfortunately. And once again, like brand name vehicles, guys, it comes down to the fact that a lot of this will be done with mods. Let's be honest. Realistically, especially on PC, it doesn't matter too much on the PC side. On the console side, we need to rely on guys like 82 Studio, for example, who's always bringing these new vehicles out that look very similar and work very well, but they're not quite the brand maybe that you're looking for, but they will kind of make up for that in a sense.
Yeah. Who's currently taking time off with his family.
There you go.
He's been visiting family overseas over the summer, still working and things like that. So that's why he's not been doing anything. I think he's just taking a break, man.
Yeah. And I think I've seen a few people do that recently as well on the YouTube side and the modding side for sure. You notice that the mods, I don't know what the mod numbers are at right now, but you would know more about that. What are we sitting at right now that are waiting to be tested?
Oh, waiting to be tested? So they updated the testing list this morning, but I didn't do the news today because there was no news to talk about. Let's see, Giant Software testing list. We are at 242 waiting.
Quite a
right
bit.
Now.
That's a lot.
17-day wait time.
Well,
but
that's a lot sitting and waiting, I guess. But
yeah,
interesting. Okay, that's a lot more than I thought it was going to be.
It was less than that a week or two ago.
Yeah, but I mean, I know they're all hands on deck right now with Farm Sim 25. So that is to be expected, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I'd rather them work on that than mods for Farm Sim 19 or Farm Sim 19, Farm Sim 22. Anyways, personally, please, keep on perfecting Farm Sim 25. That's where the focus should be. I'm all down with that.
Yeah. We got a bunch of mods right now. Just wait for Farm Sim 25, man. Yeah. Still need some mods though, because I like those.
Yeah.
but
that is all we pretty much know right now for Farm Sim 25. Is there anything I missed on the list?
I think you about covered it. We could take some questions if people want to throw some questions down. I know it'll take 10 or 15 seconds for us saying that to get out. So we'll sit here and comp a little bit. Maybe talk about some nuggies. Nuggies are very good. I have given up at this point.
How about do you have a nuggie mod for Farm Sim?
There you go. That's how far I got. So
that would be a thing, right? I know that always ends up being a question when they're like, well, can we not get like a butcher shop or whatever? And that's not a thing you're going to see because Giants wants to keep the rating for as soon as they push any kind of that side of farming that goes away from the all ages, the E for everyone rating and pushes it up. So they want to avoid that.
Yep.
And same with hunting, I think, is the other one that always people, well, can we get a hunting mod or hunting put into farm sim? You're not going to see that based on that rating alone.
Yeah, so there you go. Guess Europe didn't want to keep DJ. No, it made me sick and then sent me home. Will consoles have better mods? Consoles keep getting better mods every day, so I think that answers that question. Probably.
I mean,
not
it depends on what the modders want to make to put out on console. Really, what it comes down to, right? That's not a Giants crest question, really.
Yep. Somebody asked baby animals. Maybe we don't really know.
I'm trying to think in the animated or the one trailer. Did they not the trailer, but the gameplay they showed off when you go by the animal dealer? They were all the same age animals. It looked like, didn't it?
They look like they were all the same age. Yeah.
Yeah.
They look like they were adults. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
To be fair, they do have FS Kids. You're not wrong. It's not quite the same though.
FS Kids was a partnership between Giant Software and John Deere. Farming Simulator is Giant's baby. So
Pizza taxi mod. Please, let's do it. Could that just be like a delivery, like taxi mode in Farm Sim? Let's do it.
Yeah, where they deliver pizza to you. Is that a pizza delivery? Yeah.
Yo, that's an interesting question. We've debated this beforehand on the Farm Sim show. Paywalls for like Patreons and stuff. Giants has a hard no
illegal
against that stuff, right?
Yeah, that's illegal. So if you find paywall mods, report them. Yeah. Now,
I don't think you can really report them, but it's just you can't. Like they can't get access. They won't have access to the mod hub ever, right?
Yeah. That, I don't think there's going to be legal trouble, but you're just banished. You're shunned. Shunned.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Giants does not want paid for mods, so there is that. I know lots of people do use them and have them, but just you won't see them in the mod hub. And even as a YouTuber, just so you guys are aware, YouTubers are not allowed to use them as well if you're a partner with Giants. Just be aware of that.
Yeah, if you're paying for mods, you're an idiot. So somebody had to say it. Yeah, I've already forgot about the pizza mod. You'll have to remind me of that. Let's see, what else we got in here? Choo, 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 choo.
We already have a clutch chin mod. That's already been done.
Yeah. Somebody was talking about getting a PC a second ago. Go check out Origin. I got some links in all my videos other than this one.
Are you partnered with Origin?
I am a content creator for Origin now, yeah.
I didn't know that. Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you made videos.
Bruh, come on. I even did a video about the Origin stuff. Which, by the way, they did not sponsor that video.
I totally forgot. You told me all about this, and I totally spaced it.
Yeah. Wait, weren't you there when I talked to them? You were like right beside me.
I totally forgot about it. Man, that feels like a lifetime ago already.
It was a lifetime. But no, worked it out with them, talked it out, got the contract figured out, and they sent over a PC for me to use to play on. Plays awesome. And that's about it. Yeah, I told her, I was like, can I make a video on the PC? They were like, you can if you want to. You don't have to. I was like, I'm making a video.
Making a video about this, that's right.
Yeah. Clothing mods on consoles, if Giants allow it. I want a DJ hoodie. There's a DJ hoodie on PC. We can send it over to you.
Yeah, see, that was the one thing in 22. I had such higher expectations for the clothing stuff. We finally on PC gotten a few things here and there, and some modders have done some stuff. But man, it feels so hit and miss. It's like when they started talking about that, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have so many more customizations. I'm gonna be able to make a dude with a mohawk and I don't know what else. But anyways. That's something.
I do love my blue mohawk, man. Love that thing in the game.
It just seems like there's not a lot of options right now, and I was a little disappointed. I was hoping there was going to be more customizations. That's all. And fair enough. I mean, how often do you see your own character in Farm Sim? Not a lot, but at the same time, kind of want to make my own.
Yeah,
what's that?
I tried putting in thumbnails of the videos recently.
I do all the time. I'm not. I get it, but yeah. You know what we didn't talk about? AI talking.
Yeah, we don't really know what's going to go on with that, but the AI people talk. They go, yep.
I'm a little curious on how that's going to work out for sure. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I mean, I've seen both sides of it. People are like, who gives a crap? I just want to play farm sim. I want to farm fields. Well, I don't care if someone... But at the same time, I'm like, I kind of like the idea of being able to play a little bit more linear style almost and have almost like the missions once again that we were talking about earlier. I think it's kind of cool.
It's different. It's very cool. It's a different way to play, and it's a lot more fun to watch probably as well.
Yeah. I'm curious what they do with it. At the same token, I hope they're not spending a whole lot of time on it, but I have a funny feeling they have to. If you're going to be lip syncing, depending on how they do it, like you have to lip sync everything and I mean, are they just going to be text? Is it going to be actual voice? I don't know.
Or do you just have them going, huh?
It's The Sims or it's Minecraft, guys.
Huh.
Jayhawk wants a clutch cutout. I can send you a clutch cutout. We got one.
Yeah.
He's good looking. We got anything else we want to talk about? Or are we done?
Farm Sim story mode, maybe.
I wouldn't mind that, to be perfectly honest. Like I said,
That'd be very cool.
I want the Grand Theft Auto experience into Farm Sim in a sense.
Ooh.
I think someone's gonna make it. He say funny things. Yeah. Let's do it.
DJ doesn't want to hear birds or planes. Gonna want to hear AI.
All right.
Could be like The Sims. Could be.
I gotta go. I've got to take the kids over to Spirit of Halloween. We're gonna go look at some Halloween stuff.
Spirit? It's open already?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would be. It's August, isn't it?
Middle of August.
There's only 2 more months until.
I gotta go look at some Halloween stuff, man.
Actually, Farm Sim 25 comes out 2 weeks after Halloween, doesn't it?
There you go. Lonnie's what's Lonnie saying? Used stuff. We don't have a used market confirmed or denied.
They'd be idiots if they didn't include it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look there before I buy anything new. Always. Some of those. Any word on peanuts or new licenses? Negative on both. 4X on consoles, maybe. I think modders are gonna have to make something that works and doesn't lag, because as I say, if it lags on my PC, it's probably gonna lag on an Xbox. So
it depends on the map, yeah, on how optimized it is for sure.
Yeah. So,
anyways, you got anything going on tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna put these nuggies in the refrigerator, heat a couple of them up in a few hours. I am gonna figure out what to do with the computer fiasco that I've caused.
Good luck.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. And then
really good stuff.
NFL preseason. Panthers play again tomorrow. Watched Panthers last week. They look like a bunch of high school kids that were out too late the night before. So we'll see how the Panthers do again tomorrow against whoever in the world they're playing. The NFL's been an interesting one the past couple weeks. So yeah, do that. Hopefully watch a movie. Usually Friday or Saturday night's movie night at the house, where I sit in front of a TV and watch a movie by myself.
I need to figure out where the best place to get pizza is. I think I'm gonna go find a new pizza joint in the city here and get the kids to go see how many pieces of pizza they can shove down their gullet. Let's go find a fancy pizza place tonight.
Fancy pizza.
We got a couple. There's I think in Calgary there's one. So there's the new one that came out that I saw the other day. Noble Pie, I think it's called. Noble Pie.
Okay.
Might try that one. But then there's like the standard. It's called Signore's Pizza. It's delicious.
Noble Pie seems a little bit hippie.
It's a little metro. It's a little metro.
It's a little city talk.
Yeah, it's a little city. It's a bit of a city pizza place for sure.
I mean, pizza that's got all that grease on it when they bring it out.
It's a New York style.
Yeah.
But
as a southerner,
Signore's is more of like a Chicago, I think, or maybe it's not even that. It's more like a Sicilian pizza, I think. Anyways, I have to go get myself some pizza.
I don't know if Chicago pizza deep dish is technically pizza. It has the same ingredients, but I will tell you this: I love it so much. It's like a cheese fest.
It's delicious
with sauce on the top. It's backwards. It's all different.
It is pretty good.
It's so not wrong, man. It's so good. I could eat it all day, every day.
we had the argument yesterday, and the kid said the best pizza that's ever made is from Domino's, and I almost threw up my mouth. So I need
Did
to
you beat them so that they remember that that's not the
We're
answer?
going to find some good pizza tonight. That's the plan.
I'm giving you this though. If I'm gonna go get something, Domino's is where I go. I will give you that much. I get they do like a 2 for $6 or 2 for $6.99 thing. Here's what I do. I get 2 pizzas, 2 medium pizzas, 1 sausage, one's a pepperoni or whatever.
Yeah.
It's 2 topping, just put them both together.
Yeah.
One of them immediately goes in the refrigerator. I also add on top of that the Parmesan twist. They have garlic and Parmesan. Get the Parmesan. And get the sauce on the side. They do like a 5-cheese marinara, I think is what it's called.
Why do I feel like you just take the marinara and put it like straight in your mouth?
I don't, but I do take the Parmesan pizza twist thingy, and I do that. But here's the thing: you eat 2 of those, and then half a piece of pizza, 2 more, and then the other half of the pizza, and then finish the pizza rolls, and then whatever left, you can eat the rest of the pizza, and then you put the pizza in the fridge. You do that on a Friday, you got food till Monday, baby. What's up? And you got diarrhea till Thursday. Hey! Oh, I'm so unhealthy.
Let me know how those nuggies treat you tomorrow. I'll give you a call tomorrow morning and see if your nuggies are for breakfast. I think I'm joking.
I think the thing is too, like, I love these bottles. I didn't know that the ones that you got from the store were smaller than the ones you get at Walmart. But they're so tiny and cute. I got 2 of them.
Oh boy. Thanks for watching today, guys. Go
Thanks
ham.
for hanging out.
You guys are nuts. I can't believe you stayed and watched this far into the end. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you guys maybe next week. We should be live again, I think. Maybe.
Ooh.
Well, we'll find out then. Who knows? It could happen.
Yeah, because we'll also be in the middle of Gamescom.
There we go. So we'll find out some more information on Farmers 25.
Gamescom starts on Wednesday and goes through Sunday next week.
Perfect.
So.
Oh, you know what else is going on?
What?
Thank you to G-Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast. They host premium game servers for Farming Simulator 22 that work on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Clutch and I have both been working with them for the past few years, and they have hosted our public and private game servers ever since. If you're looking for an easy way to play multiplayer with your friends, this is the best way to do it. G-Portal servers allow you to have full control over your game, what mods are installed, permissions, and the game can be available 24/7. For Farm Sim 22, they've got a few different server options from 4 players all the way up to 16, and you can get an extra 25 gigabyte of mod space. Choose between 9 different server locations around the world to host your game, and you're ready to go. If you're interested in grabbing a game server for you and your friends, use the link for Clutch or myself at the top of the description and get 10% off all G-Portal game servers right now. Again, thank you to G-Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast.
Why are you up down like that? What am I looking at? The worst camera in Farm Sim. I've only got 3. I got another one. Hang on. I just realized that we went to like 2.5 hours. Oh, it's 2 hours? What is wrong with this? 2 hours. I found another camera. Look. I found it. Oh boy. Chad, it's not plugged in. I don't know why it's in here. Oh, I took the lens off. This is a wide angle lens. This was the crotch cam earlier. Crotch cam, come out and see the crotch cam. Listen, I gotta go, so we'll see you next week. Don't forget to eat your nuggies. Nom, nom, nom. With a spoon. Nom, 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 nom. Nom, 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 nom.